in several languages. So you have 500 people here, and you have several other Zooms right now in different languages that have also reached capacity of
2
500.
English and 2 French, yes.
Wow.
And then we've got Italian, we've got Spanish. Look, everyone wants to hear from you. So we've got translators. So please don't be like me. We need to go a bit slow with pauses so they can translate.
Yes, absolutely. Well, it's a privilege for me to be here. It's a privilege, Avi, to be working with you. You also have just done such big things in this industry. Your reputation, people from around the world know who you are. Many top leaders that are joining Daisy are joining because of your leadership. So thank you for inviting me to be here today. Thank you for your friendship. Thank you for your leadership and for believing in this vision with Daisy. Without any doubt in my mind, we have our hands on something that is bigger than anything we have ever seen before in this industry. And I'm going to talk slow, and I'm going to pause a little bit in between my thoughts so that the translators do have time to keep up with this. Over the last couple of years, several years, we have seen a lot of projects in the digital marketing space. Projects that unfortunately were not built on solid foundations, and they were not built on solid business principles. We have seen many projects that did not provide transparency to the people. And the story that was being told to the public was not the real story of what was happening behind closed doors. I believe that more than ever, the market, the world is ready for the highest level of transparency. I believe that more than ever, the marketplace and the world is ready for something that is real. And that's really the heart behind the Daisy Project and all of the leaders that have come together to make this project become a reality. We wanted to create a business model where everybody could win, not just people who were participating in the referral plan, not just people who had spillover or who had big networks, but we wanted anyone in the world to be able to participate in this project. And just by being a member of this community, by being a contributor to the Daisy Crowd Fund, they're going to win financially. This was our dream, and we are delivering on that promise together. What makes Daisy a very unique and special project is our relationship and partnership with Endotech. Endotech is the very first technology partner for the Daisy business model. In the future, we will crowdfund many cutting-edge leading technology projects. In the future, we will continue to bring disruptive technologies to the community. But right now, we have the most amazing situation you could ever dream of with Endotech. The opportunity to bring this to the masses through a peer-to-peer referral model is a dream come true for me and for so many other leaders. Because not only do we have a crowdfunding opportunity that everyone can win together, everyone can win. but we have a peer-to-peer referral plan that without any shadow of a doubt is the #1 best referral plan that we have ever seen in the history of this industry. When we launch this week on January the 4th, we will break records in this industry. We will have 100,000 or more members join in the very first 24 hours. In the first 30 days, Daisy will be the fastest project to have 1 million members participating from around the world. We will create a record number of millionaires with Daisy. We will break the records for the top income earners in the industry of peer-to-peer marketing. And we will do it in a model where nobody gets hurt and where everybody wins. So our commitment to the world is transparency, and our commitment to the world is to continue to be on the front end and the cutting edge of financial technologies. And that's exactly what Endotech is, and that's exactly what the Daisy AI project is. I would love to, Avi, if maybe we want to do maybe some specific questions, if you want to kind of maybe guide this conversation, that would be amazing. And we can maybe have a conversation together, because I think that you know exactly what your community is looking to hear and what questions they might have. So if you want to maybe join me here and we can talk back and forth together, I would love that opportunity. So I want to make sure that I cover everything that you want to be covered.
Well, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very, very much, Jeremy. It's a pleasure. It's an honor to have you here amongst the call. We're still sorting out some other lines, adding some more lines, but that's a good thing. That's a good problem to have. I think, look, one of the first things that many people have asked for, and a lot of, it's very new, smart contract, crowdfunding with the back end of the trading and the whole combination of all of that. It can be overwhelming for some people. You know, I've never been part of any crowdfunding, of maybe any smart contract myself. So a lot of people get confused about the legalities and the requirements, right? Which I know you have explained very, very well. And I've stayed away from trying to answer those questions because I thought it would be best for people to hear it from yourself, because you understand how everything is put together. So if you could just share that with everyone, that would be absolutely great to start. And that should give me enough time to just go and sort out the next extra line for the Spanish line now.
Okay, sounds good. So yeah, that's a great question that we get a lot. You know, crowdfunding is specifically equity crowdfunding. Equity crowdfunding is the fastest growing segment of the crowdfunding market. Crowdfunding itself has created billions and billions of dollars to help companies start up their projects. Crowdfunding has been a method of raising capital for businesses that has really done big things in the marketplace for many, many years. And it's becoming more and more popular around the world. In our model, we're using a cryptocurrency, a digital currency model, where members are contributing Tron token and they're participating in a crowdfunding model through the digital currency arena. And this is one of the things that allows us to really increase the capacity of what it is that we're able to do. We are operating under the Estonia law. We have set up the Daisy Fund in Estonia. And the Estonia government is very friendly for cryptocurrency. They welcome cryptocurrency startups and projects and have allowed us the freedom that we need to do a crowdfunding model using the digital currency platform so that we can be able to use the smart contract model. From a legal perspective, some of the things that are important to understand is number one, you are not investing into trading. So this is not a trading account that you're setting up. This is a crowdfund model. We are legitimately crowdfunding Endotech and the development of Daisy AI. And a part of that crowdfunding and a part of that, the need of what Endotech has is to have a live trading account that reaches 500 million in trading that can test and develop and prove the AI systems. And when that trading produces profits, then Endotech is sharing those rewards back to the contributors. And this falls into the category of equity crowdfunding. So in equity crowdfunding, a company is allowed to offer shares of stock, and a company is allowed to offer profit sharing, revenue sharing with the crowdfunding members. And so that's why we've chosen this model. We're crowdfunding Endotech, and a portion of those funds are being used in the live trading account, and Endotech is then returning rewards back to the community for that crowdfunding. So it's important to know that we are not a trading company. We are not marketing trading. We're marketing crowdfunding. We're giving people a crowdfunding opportunity. And one of the rewards that every member gets for crowdfunding, for being a crowdfunding member, one of the rewards that you get is the profit sharing. So that's a very important thing to understand in this business model. Part of what allows it to remain properly structured is exactly what I just said. So that's a big component. Additionally, because of the history and that Endotech has, and that Dr. Anna has, her work in compliance, her work in finance, her 20, 30-year history in this industry, it's helped us to lay the proper foundation so that everything can be done in the right way. Now, in the future, we're going to move into the Forex market. And prior to moving into the Forex market, we're going through the process right now of getting all the licensing, the certification, and the registration in the jurisdictions, because when we move from cryptocurrency to Forex, then there's a different set of legal rules and parameters that we must follow. So we're in the process right now of registering as a hedge fund as well as a broker dealer, which will allow us then to operate in additional markets like Forex and the equities market. But right now we're playing inside of the rules of digital currency and inside of the crowdfunding arena.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much for that, Jeremy. I'm getting a few messages to say if we can go slightly slower, it would.
And I'm trying.
I know. I'm even worse. So you're doing great, right? You've been doing great. I mean, when I do it, when I'm speaking, I get like 10 messages. When you do, I get 1. So you're definitely doing better than me.
I'll keep working on it.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. And I think there's going to be loads of questions, and we can only entertain a little bit of Jeremy's time. We know how right now he's driving a huge, huge ship, which is equally as important to every single one of us, that he has his attention, his time, his focus on getting that ship really ready to get started. So one of the very, very important question, I think, Jeremy, is how are we looking in terms of the starting date? Are we set for the 4th? Do we have a scheduled rough time? Because there's many people all around the world that they want to get an idea, because some people want to make sure they are available. They're not at work. They're not busy with anything else. People just want to be able to get in as early as possible, as you know. So people want to get an idea. What sort of time are we looking at?
Absolutely. So we have the goal of doing 1 p.m. UTC time on January 4th. We are right now deploying the official final smart contract to the blockchain. And then we will be pre-registering the leadership positions like yours, Avi, and others, and preparing those links. We'll also be uploading and preparing the official video, which will be a part of the launch on January 4th. So I don't want to promise the 1 p.m. time. That's a target, but we will know, I should know today the official time, and we will make that announcement of the official time. What we're going to do when we launch is we're going to open up a website, daisycrowd.com. And we're going to have the official Daisy video that everybody can watch for the first time. And that will be in 13 different languages. And at the end of that video, we will launch the official website, and all of the leaders, their links will go live, and you'll be able to start getting those links from your upline leader. I'm getting a question here. I'm reading the chats. Is there any way to launch later? Many people are having issues with cryptocurrency. So yeah, we plan on launching on the 4th. We've been preparing for this for a while, but hey, it's technology, you never know. So we might launch at the very end of the day on the 4th. So maybe we'll have more time for people, but yeah, that's going to be the rollout method. Is we're going to launch the videos live. And then at the end of the video, we will launch the links. Everyone will have their links. So I just saw here that is it bank holidays internationally right now, Avi?
Monday is a bank holiday, which I think is actually great because people are more likely to be at home rather than being at work, because there's people who would have had to take the day off because this project means a lot to them. And now it means they're able to just arrange to be at home because it's a bank holiday. So that's a great thing for a lot of people in many places in the world. It's not everywhere in the world, as we know, but it is in some places of the world. I think the website is very good to know in terms of the video. And there's an important clarification that's needed. Yesterday, obviously, we had a chat with a few leaders, Jeremy, and you sent us a video regarding a change when it comes to the Infinity bonus. That was a suggestion of what you had done and asked a few leaders, and I believe there's work still being done on that, or now that it's come to a final decision but not been announced yet, if I'm not mistaken. I think it would be good for you to talk about that, because that link, unfortunately, somehow got out into some public groups, and everyone, I think, by now has watched that. It's created incredible excitement.
Yeah, good.
We can see that the company is trying to literally, the project is now creating something that helps a lot more people. But I just want people to know that that wasn't the final version, just so that they don't get the expectation up in any way. So would you care to elaborate on that, please?
Would love to. So first of all, I just sent the final version to our leadership chat. So you now have that in WhatsApp. So the final version is there. I've also put the official announcement in the official Daisy Telegram channel. So what I'll do right now, obviously, I'll go ahead and pull my screen share up.
Awesome.
And I'll show you guys a couple of slides here. Give me just a moment. Let me pull my slides up. Yeah, it's pretty, I'm actually, it's amazing. I just did a webinar and I announced this too, and people just went crazy over it. Let's see here. All right, are you seeing my screen, my PowerPoint?
Yes, we are.
Okay. So as you guys know, the Pacesetter bonus is one of the most exciting elements of our referral plan. And specifically, what we are now calling Pace Setter Gold, which means a person unlocks 10 generations of the matrix in their first 30 days. So let me explain this part first to make sure everybody understands. So in the Pace Setter bonus, if you unlock your matrix generations 3 through 9, any of those generations, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, and you do this in your first 30 days, you're going to get the next generation as a bonus. It'll be unlocked forever in Daisy. So for example, if you were to unlock generation 3 of the matrix, you would refer 3 people personally. Your personal referrals would need to have a total contribution of $1,000 or more. And if you achieve that, 3 personal referrals with $1,000 in contributions, you would unlock generation 3 of the matrix. And that means that anyone that you have on your 3rd generation, you're now qualified to get paid on. To unlock generation 4, you would need 6 personal referrals with a total of $2,000 in contribution from those referrals, and so on. If you achieve that goal in the first 30 days, then you get the next generation given to you as a bonus. But where the real excitement has started to happen is in this level 10, the Pace Setter Gold qualification. And we've made some big, exciting improvements to this. So if a person achieves Pace Setter Gold, that means that they refer 24 members personally with 128,000 in contributions from your personal referrals. And you do that in your first 30 days, you are what we call a pace setter. And when you do that, 3 things are going to happen. Number 1, you're going to get a share of 1.8% of all of the global crowdfund contributions. That means that every time anyone in the world, whether they're in your team or not, joins Daisy or upgrades to a higher contribution level, instantly in the smart contract, 1.8% of all of those contributions are going to be shared only with the pace setter qualifiers. This means that there's going to be leaders that are getting deposits into their Tron wallet, 10,000, 50,000, 100,000 times every single day. Why? Because every time someone joins anywhere in the world, and every time someone upgrades anywhere in the world, this pace setter bonus pays out to all of those leaders. This is a huge, huge opportunity for every one of you to achieve the pace setter bonus. 1.8% of all of the contributions in the world pay out instantly to all of the pace setter gold qualifiers. Additionally, we are now taking 1.25% of all of the global trading profits, all of the global trading profits. So, around the world, we have the Daisy Fund, we have money that's trading and profits are being generated from the trading. 1.25% of all of the profits generated by Daisy Fund are going to be paid out and shared only with the pace setter gold qualifiers. Absolutely huge for every one of us to participate in. And you're going to get 5% of the Endotech stock. We're going to take 5% of the stock in Endotech, and we're going to share that equally among all of the pace setters. We've added another bonus, and it's a leadership bonus, because we want there to be two categories. We want there to be those that reach pace setter, and then we want there to be those that help other people reach the pace setter bonus. And so we created a leadership bonus for those individuals that help other people achieve pace setter. When you have 3 personal referrals that reach the pace setter gold bonus, you are now going to have a second bonus pool that you get paid in. And for every 3 people that you help get promoted, you earn another share in this bonus pool. So if you help 3 personal referrals become pace setter qualified, you get a share in this bonus pool. And for every 3 that you help get qualified, you earn another share in this bonus pool. We're going to take another 1.8% of all of the global crowdfunding contributions around the world, and we're going to pay this to the leaders who are developing pace setters instantly in your Tron wallet every single time anyone contributes to the Daisy crowdfund. This is going to be an incredible reward for leaders. And we're taking another 1.25% of all of the global trading profits, and we're dividing that and paying that out only to the leadership bonus of those who are developing pace setters in their organization. So again, reach the pace setter bonus and you earn instant payouts every time anyone around the world contributes to the Daisy Fund. You earn instant payouts every time trading rewards are generated in the community, and you earn additional shares of stock in Endotech by qualifying as a pace setter. If you help 3 people, 3 of your personal referrals qualify for pace setter, you now get to participate in a second bonus that is designed only for these leaders. And you get paid a second bonus every time anyone contributes to the Daisy crowdfund anywhere in the world. You get paid instantly. And anytime there's trading profits that are released from the Daisy Fund to the community, you earn additional payouts on the back end as well. So Avi, I'm excited. I mean, this is going to be, I think, maybe the most exciting part of our whole bonus plan. People are going to literally be getting tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of wallet deposits every single day with these bonuses.
Absolutely. Well, I was jumping up and down here when you were sharing this. I was getting goosebumps, not for me, but for the team, because I think we've just managed, which I didn't think was possible. Slow down for the translators, apologies, but we've just managed to better what we thought couldn't be improved on, right? I just want to take this opportunity to answer a quick question. A few people shared in the chat, how would we be able to afford to pay that? It's very good to see people that are genuinely concerned for the project itself. So just so that people know, you will see that there's been an increase of 0.7% in what we're calling now the gold part of the pace setter bonus. There's been a 0.7% of each pack, plus a 1.8% for the second leadership pool, which accumulates to 2.5%.
Yes.
Likewise, there's been a 1.25% in each crowdfund contribution and 1.25% of each trading profit of each person, which accumulates to 2.5%, which is exactly what would have been paid out in the infinity bonus.
Yes.
We haven't increased or added an additional bonus or payout. All we've done is taken the existing one, but make it in a way where it's now more accessible to a lot more people. And now you can go and capitalize on that. But the payout is exactly the same, just to answer the question that was in the chat.
Yes.
Okay.
The infinity bonus that we've removed, it was difficult for people to achieve. You had to do $1 million in volume, up to $10 million in volume, and you only got paid on your unilevel organization. And if people qualified for that bonus, you could ultimately be pushed out by those generations of leaders. Now it's more accessible for everyone, and it's equally shared throughout the entire Daisy community, and it's not isolated or limited in any way. So it's a great improvement. I see one of the questions in the chat. Can you get the Pacesetter leadership bonus if you produce 3 direct Pacesetter Gold members, even if you are not a Pacesetter yourself? Very, very good question. And the answer to that, surprisingly, is yes. The answer to that is yes. The answer to that is absolutely. Here's why. Because there's going to be a lot of people who run for the Pacesetter in 30 days, but it has a time limit to it. And if they miss that goal, we do not want them to miss out on the opportunity to still develop Pacesetters and be a part of these bonus pools. And so we want to give everyone an opportunity to say, hey, maybe I missed the goal of Pacesetter in 30 days, but I still have the opportunity with no time limit to go out and develop other Pacesetters and be able to earn in that second leadership pool. So the answer is yes, you can earn in the leadership bonus if you produce 3 direct Pacesetters, even if you yourself have not qualified or missed out on that 30-day Pacesetter timeframe.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for that, Jeremy. One of the key questions that we've also been getting is, I think the new slides is incredible because it separates and it shows about the Daisy Fund and the Daisy crowd. The Daisy Fund, which is handled and or traded by Endotech. What the majority of the question has been, is the Daisy Fund the actual money held and traded in Tron, or does it get converted to USDT, to BTC, or to a selection of those? How is the fund managed? And that question is becoming more and more popular as we've seen what's been happening with Bitcoin over the last 48 hours, hitting 32K. I don't know what else has been happening whilst I've been on this call. So people are like, hold on a second. We want to know how, in what currency is this going to be held in?
Yeah, so it'll be converted into USDT initially, and then it will be held in USDT until it executes the trades. So all of the trading that Endotech does will start with USDT, then they will go into the trade, and then when they exit the trade, it'll go back into USDT. And of course, it's trading, many currencies: Bitcoin, Ethereum, different altcoins. But the Tron is simply being used for the smart contract, but ultimately it will be converted to these other currencies. As far as the managing of that, we have been approved, and we're going to announce this in the next couple of weeks. We don't want to disclose the name yet of the firm, only because we don't want any interference until everything is finalized. But we have been approved and are setting up with one of the top 3 largest financial accounting firms in the world. Everyone will know this name once we announce it. They will be not only managing the accounting of the Daisy Fund, but they will also be producing a quarterly audit for all of the members so that every member can see that the reports in the back office are 100% real, 100% accurate, and 100% what is happening in the trading fund itself. So this is going to be a big protection for the community so that everyone knows there is real transparency.
Wonderful. And on that note, Jeremy, a couple of people have just been messaging actually saying, we understand that the name may not be disclosed at this point because we know what will happen. They will never be able to do not just our audits, but audits for other people because they will be getting tens of thousands of emails and calls. We understand that. But can we also confirm, they say, that we have gone ahead with the announcements previously made regarding the audit of the actual smart contract as well as the escrow part of the Daisy Fund?
Yes. Yeah, both of those. We'll be releasing the audit. We're going to do a final audit after the contract is deployed because we want to be able to confirm that the audit reflects the contract that is actually on the blockchain, right? So this is important. The escrows, yes, the keys to the trading account will be held by 4 different escrow companies. Again, we're not going to disclose those names for security reasons, but they will be in 4 different countries, managed by 4 different law firms, and there will be no ability to withdraw funds from the trading account without all 4 of those escrows signing off on the transaction.
Okay, thank you, Jeremy, for that. The next question, which has been a good way of concern, is a good challenge to have, is people talking about the stress testing, because many people have seen smart contracts. And I'll merge 2 questions in one again, and it's slow down for the translators. I'm going to merge 2 questions in one here. Certain people who have had experience with smart contracts have talked about 2 things. One is when the smart contract is deployed, they have seen security attacks. So we want to ask about the security aspect. And also we've seen where sometimes, despite all the testing and all the audits, there's been time where smart contract is failed. And when a smart contract is failed, generally all the breakage goes to the top account, which belongs to the creators or whichever way. They want to be sure that if there was ever, we know that by everything, the sound of everything, all the testing, it can't happen. But people want the assurance to know that if that was the case, well, their fund is totally secured. And as well as we have already taken all the necessary precautions against any cyber attacks.
Yeah, great question. So there's several things to look at in this situation. One is the smart contract itself. 2 is the decentralized app, which is the web-based front end of the platform. And then you have multiple issues to look that you have to protect. One is stress testing or load testing. Can it handle the capacity? Number 2 is security testing. Is there any vulnerabilities from outside attacks? And so what we have done is hired multiple third-party companies to specialize in these things. And number 1, we have done DDoS stress testing on the front end to make sure that the servers and that the website is able to handle large amounts of users. To also make sure that there's no hack of vulnerabilities to hackers into the system. And then number 2 is the smart contract. We've done load testing on the smart contract to make sure that it can handle scalability, right? So that 100,000 users can come in and the smart contract performs all functions properly. We've also put a mechanism in the smart contract that if there is any failure in the smart contract, it will stop receiving any additional funds. So it won't allow funds to come into the smart contract if the functions are not working properly. We have had no issues with the load testing or the stress testing. We did early testing, which allowed us to make some improvements. And then we did retesting, and everything is fully prepared. So yes, these are very important issues that we have made sure that we are safe and everything is good there.
Wonderful. And would you kind to share, Jeremy, the stress testing that we did, just so that people know, because people are excited when they're hearing about the numbers that we're expecting on day one, but it also concerns them to say, well, we've never heard of any system, well, in this industry, or not quite in this industry, but let's say in the network marketing industry, which people tend to relate Daisy to be sort of, let's say, aligned to that same kind of industry. They've never seen a system that is able to handle those kind of numbers. So if you could share the numbers that you guys run on the stress testing, that would give people a bit of confidence.
Yeah, we've tested for 100,000 users every 3 minutes. That's 1 million users in 30 minutes. And we also wanted to test, we also tested on the load testing, we wanted to make sure that the smart contract did not become slowed down, that the gas fees did not increase, and that there were no timeouts. So we also measured this every way possible to make sure that the smart contract has stability with those high numbers.
Okay. I'm getting questions from a bit everywhere. I'm trying to take some people had already sent their questions nice and early, so we've taken some of those.
No, it's good. There's some good ones. There's some good ones here in the chat that I'll pick out here. If someone brings 6 direct partners to the Pacesetter, does he get 2 shares of the leadership bonus? The answer to that is yes. Every 3 people that you help qualify for Pacesetter, you get another share in that bonus pool. Can a person have multiple contracts or only limited to 1 smart contract? That's a good question. So I'll give you an example. I'm one of the founders of the company. I have 1 position that I'm building, and I brought a partner in to share that position with. And we legitimately, now we're not just saying this, we have 1 position that we're sharing between the 2 of us, right? Because in this compensation model, this referral model, there's tremendous benefits to building momentum under 1 position and creating that momentum with your leaders. There's other programs out there where there's advantages to having multiple contracts, right? I can tell by the question that that's what you're referring to, that you can have multiple contracts. In this model, it makes more sense to put all of your energy into 1 position so that you can maximize the referral plan and maximize all of the bonuses.
Wonderful. Yeah, I think we've seen this in multiple other probably company structures in a binary where people like to take 3, 5, 7 positions in a matrix 4 position. But here, the way it works, it's likewise. Jeremy sent me a message asking for the username for my top account. I said, what top account? I've only got 1 account, right? And we're all the top leaders, we're going with that philosophy because that is the best way to maximize. And it also allows you to really work with your team and for your team. Jeremy, 1 question for you here. Someone sent saying, what would be your advice on a team that has been into this space or similar kind of space before, but have had bad experiences? What would you say that this project offers differently to them?
We've shared everything about our story. I think it's very easy to see that we're doing things differently, but here's the answer to that. The answer is find out for yourself. The answer is have the courage to lead, go for it again. Some people will believe with you. Some people will wait to see. But once we launch and the stories are created and the momentum is created, there will be no more questions or concerns. So my advice to any leader is you've seen the presentations, you've done your due diligence, you see the leaders that are involved with this project. We've got something here. go in and start your build, because all that's going to happen is the experience and the reality when people are earning, when the team is growing, when momentum is happening, when trading is growing, is it's going to prove to the world that your decision was correct. So at the end of the day, when people have had bad experiences, you have to look at it and say, okay, why did those bad experiences happen? And 99.9% of the time, it's because there wasn't transparency. It's because you were told something, you believed in a promise, but there was no transparency that what you were told was real. In our model, we are providing 100% transparency in every element of the promise. And I would encourage you to lead into that. And you will be so glad that you did, because in a very short amount of time, you will be a hero to everyone who decided to join you.
Thank you for that, Jeremy. Two last questions, and then we know your time is very limited. You've got a lot to do to get this ship ready for us to board on Monday. Someone asked, and I think I've asked you this before, but I just want to confirm it because someone just sent it. In the pace setter bonus and the gold level, you have to wait for the 30 days to elapse and then you get the extra level and then you qualify for that, or it's instant the minute you hit the level, it opens the next level, or the minute you've open your 10 levels, even if it's on day 1, day 10, straight away you qualify for these additional benefits?
Yes, it's instant. It's straight away. So it's instant. So if you unlock generation 3, immediately you get paid on generation 4. If you become a pace setter gold, immediately you start earning the pace setter bonus.
Wonderful. And the last thing we would love for you to share, Jeremy, because we share this on every single one of our calls, but I think it's something that we cannot ever reiterate too much, is regarding the ethics and security at the same time of ensuring you only get the link from the referrer, from the person that introduced you to the business. One from an ethical perspective, and 2, we know with such momentum, there will be people, scammers, hackers using phishing links, website to try and get into your phone and your wallets. Can you just say a few words on that as a closing? And then we'll let you go. We know how busy you are, how much you've got to do, and we really, really appreciate your time once again.
Absolutely. First of all, be very careful, because there are people out there that are, there's scams out there, and they will try to send you links that are not official referral links. And we know this already. So don't ever take a link, don't ever enroll and send your money to a link that does not come from someone who you know that's a part of the network. One of the big advantages of joining with this team, with Avi and the team of leaders he has, and let me put this in perspective. I've done webinars this week with 30 or 40 people. I did a webinar this morning that it hit capacity. It had 500 people on the webinar. This webinar today has hit capacity on 4 different Zooms. Not 1, but 4. There's no one else in our organization that has done that yet. Avi is the first leader that has put 2,000 people plus Facebook Live on a live Zoom, on a live pre-launch Zoom. The momentum that's going to come from this organization, and I know the leaders that he is bringing into this and his leaders are bringing into this, some of the biggest leaders in this entire industry have made the decision to join Avi and his team. And it's going to be explosive. The overflow, the spillover is going to be huge. More importantly, the leadership and the support that you're going to get from Avi and his team. He knows how to support globally. He knows how to support in every country, every language, every culture. He understands the importance of creating tools that support the team. And Avi has a direct relationship with me. Avi can pick up the phone, call me directly anytime, and he knows that I'm going to answer that call and he has access to me. To be able to work with a leader at that level who's at the top, who's got a team full of leaders ready to launch, this is an opportunity of a lifetime. So I want to encourage everyone who's on this webinar. You have found the right team. You're launching in Daisy in the best possible position you could in momentum and overflow and spillover, and most importantly, in leadership. You have that. So I'm gonna, highly say, do not be trapped. You're gonna see people online and you're gonna see marketers promising things that are not true, right? You're gonna see people do silly things. They'll name their ID, their username. They'll put username, Daisy Top Spot, right? And people will actually think that that's the Daisy Top Spot. The people are sneaky, right? Don't fall for any of that. You guys have found the best team. You're working with the best team of leaders who are in the best position you could possibly be in. And you have that with Avi. So make sure that you follow the link of your referral, of your personal refer person, so that you can stay in this spillover and get the top positions available.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much for that, Jeremy. Once again, it's really, really humbling. It's really a pleasure to have you here, to have you share some of your wisdom, your time. And what I love about this is, and I'm sure many of people can relate, we've been in so many companies before where to just be able to get that much time from the creator or co-creator of a project, couple of days before the launch, is impossible. That shows that you're committed to not just the project, but to the people. You're also organized, because right now, most people I know 2 days before launching their project, they are running around like a headless chicken. I would be one of them, no doubt. So we love the fact that we have someone we can rely on. We love your leadership. We appreciate the support, and we appreciate everything you shared with us. And we're a big believer of the ethics side of things, making sure you sign up with the people that invited you. And over to you, Jeremy. If you want to say any parting words, we'll let you go. We know your time is very, very, very precious. So over to you. I don't want to keep you much longer. We appreciate you once again. Any parting words from your side, and we'll let you go. We know you've got more calls with other teams as well. And we just want you to run that script and get that contract started.
Love it. No, I think I've said everything that I wanted to say today. I'm just honored to be a part of this with you guys, and let's go make history together. It's going to be exciting.
Wonderful, guys. Let's show some love in the chat. Let's go and put a 5 in the chat to Jeremy. Let's show some love. Put a number 5 in the chat for Jeremy. Thank you very much. Super, super, super. And I'm sure it's lighting up on every different Zooms at the moment. I don't even know which phone I'll be looking at. Messages coming in. It's absolutely mental. But you know what? Like I said, it's a great problem to have. Here you go. They're lighting up the chat. Thank you very much, everyone, for showing your love, the support back to Mr. Roma, who's an incredible leader. And let's go and make history together, as you say. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Super, super. Well, everyone, make sure that everyone has your team, you've got all your wallets set up. Clever, Tron, there were some questions. Can we use other wallets? Yes, there are some wallets you can use, but most people don't understand the difference between a DApp wallet and a normal wallet. Let's stick to Clever. Let's stick to Tron wallet. There's links, there's videos on those on our YouTube channel, on our team YouTube channel. Go there, you'll get step by step on how to use Clever. And one more thing, which is extremely important. On the day, the best way to get your links out to all your people at the same moment, rather than use a group, rather than use Telegram, the best way is to use a WhatsApp broadcast list. In the next couple of hours, we have a video. The video has been done, will be loaded on our YouTube channel to guide people. I was quite surprised that it's not something that everyone is familiar with. So we've made a video to guide those who's not familiar with how you can create a list of all the people you are about to sign directly. And when you have your link, at a click of one button, you send the link, but without being in a group where other messages can cover that main message, where the link will be sent out instantly to every single person. So make sure you have a look at our group, at our team YouTube channel.